These are the greatest ARBS creations ever made. Today we see many epic creations across many different videos to find out what the best creations ever made are. Oh my goodness. Wait until you see this insane creation. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome some of these creations are. It's as if a bank had locked away a bunch of epic units and then someone has now unlocked the door and they've come spiraling out. Here's the first one. Guys, I kid you not, this week these videos are going to be really good. I have found some epic things that I think you guys are going to really enjoy. Check out this gigantic mechanized Purosaurus. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Now here's the thing, I'm not going to battle with this right yet, because if you know, we've found these things before. So there's this little guy right here with these spiky balls that pop out. Then this gigantic elephant that's got these swirly twirly spiky blades of doom. Then we had that big MG thing, and now we've got this, and I don't think it's made by the same guy, but it sure is amazing. So let's watch this thing utterly destroys this stuff. I'm geeking out today, you guys, because I have some insane creations that I'm so excited about. Wow, yeah, so I might put this thing against those other things just to see how it does, because it clearly is quite capable of taking out all this stuff with his big gigantic MGs of doom. Here we go. Let's see if these things can defeat it. I highly doubt it. It's just gonna get pushed back. It's got rockets. Oh, they're actually alive though, surprisingly. Oh, there goes the first one. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah, that thing is amazing. I am so excited. Before we get into today's video, these guys right here say please subscribe, because only like 12% of you guys is subscribed, and if you don't do it quickly, they're gonna get punched in the face by this gigantic thing called Extendo Fist. Oh, it didn't happen quick enough. Here they go. Yeah, look at that multi-fist Extendo Fist of doom. This thing's popping out, hitting people. I freaking love it. Put some clothes on that man. His badness is startling the children. So once it gets too close, it doesn't really do it. It just kind of, oh, there it goes. Nice. Hey, bye. Someone call PETA. There's about to be a problem for these animals. Can you actually call PETA though? I don't think you can, but even if you could, you couldn't call it about this, because technically you can't call PETA about an animal attacking another animal. This one just happens to be mutated. It's an anglerfish. Look at this thing. I don't know what happened, but it like mutated and evolved into this nightmare creation. It still has retained its little anglerness, the little light bulb up there, but as you can see, it's got its gigantic claws sunk deeply into the rhinoceros's tuchus. I don't know why I'm a little bit more hyped up than usual today. Probably because I am very excited about the things I found. I also like the idea of gigantic angler. Oh, he's biting his face! Anglerfish destroying giraffes. The giraffes thought they were safe being on land and all, but then, what was that? Whoa, what happened? Then all of a sudden this mutated anglerfish came up on land and started destroying everything. If you thought that this thing was cool, wait until you see this. What happens if you take an ankylosaurus, mix it with a crocodile, give it some mechifiedness, and then equip some weapons on it? You get this thing. I don't know what this gigantic weapon is, but it's amazing. Look at that. Oh, guess what? I found out what it is. It's a big gigantic laser, and it's utterly gonna destroy all these praying mantis. Hey, I found out that if you make praying mantis like 0.2 size, they just kind of float away off into oblivion. But let's watch as this thing utterly, oh, the missiles. It's got missiles and it's got rockets. This thing, oh, wow, there's something epic about gigantic missile launchers. I don't think I've ever seen missiles be that large, but that is really awesome.
Look at his fat little booty hobbling away. How is that so funny? Okay, just watch for a second. Okay, we take this normal size mantis and then we shrink him down, and there they go. Where are they going? Goodbye, you guys. Look at him dancing. They're just so happy to be alive. They're just dancing. Man, that's some. They can really shake that thing. What was that noise? Do you hear that? Look at those little things dancing. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Hey, you know what's better than this epic thing? That epic thing. Look at that. It's got like a mobile platform that you can sit on top of. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a nice little rest right here. Then not only that, but it's got this epic looking open like rocket pod thing. It's just awesome. This is artwork right here. Look at the the lining along the neck that is like strapped on. Like, this is just amazing. Let us watch this gigantic thing fight against a whole mess of Goros. I almost said Zoro. Zoro the Goro. Goro the Zoro. Let's watch them fight. It's got rockets, MGs. Okay, I put Goros in because I thought they'd be a good test against like the strength of. Oh, it's shooting itself in the neck. Oh no, they're pushing it over. Oh, Goro's just punching it. Wow, Goro's a lot stronger than I thought it was. Or this thing's not as strong as I thought it was. But man, Goro is just putting up a fight, but it's no match for the giant barrage of missiles. Yep, now he's gonna eat. I wonder if I could put something up there. Just a guy with some weird legs hanging out at the top up here, like just going for a ride. Look at him go. Yeah, you riding this thing? Is this your gigantic pet beast? Alright, that's enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I want to introduce you to one of the most epic units I think I have seen in this game. And yes, I can tell, just like this guy, you might be skeptical of me saying that because I say that all the time. But I can assure you that I'm telling you the truth. You've all seen Centichoro, and perhaps you've seen him in this game, but I want to introduce you to a brand new giant centipede-like creature that has come on the scene and is absolutely amazing. Behold this epicness. Look at it when let's just zoom out a little bit. Look at this thing. It's so absolutely amazing, and it's so large compared to these guys. It has got a lot of teeth going on, these big gigantic pincer claws, spikes all over it, eyeballs. I mean, this thing is just so cool. Now I can't remember what the Centichurro, whoa, he's still going up, the Centichurro looks like, but clearly, oh, those pincer things move. I thought they were gonna be static. They're actually moving. Now here's the thing, it's kind of flying in the air, and so it's a little weird. I put too large of an army in. It's clearly a little lag. Let me change this up. Alright, let's see if that's better. That's a little better. Okay, so it's like flying air via that thing, and it goes up like a Centichurro would, but look at it, it's gonna come down. It's got little arms that are wiggling. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, it just crashes down to the earth, and then starts pincering everything. Whoa! Yeah! I don't think the other one did this. The other one was not nearly this, like, movable. It was a little bit more rigid. This thing though is just so incredibly cool. I like this thing a lot. There it goes. Look at it. Look at it go. That's so, I know that that's kind of derpy with that thing, but the fact that it can do that is just so awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put some larger things in because I really want to watch it fight some bigger stuff. I'm just curious to see how it does. Mainly curious to see how the pincer things do, because it kind of goes up and then it crashes back down to earth and then just starts pincering everything. So it doesn't stay up forever, which I'm glad. I thought maybe it would do that, but here it comes. Gonna come crashing down right on the Brontos. Raboom! Oh yeah! And then it's just pincering the whole time. Oh, look at that! You see that mangled Bronto just get mangled up? Like, that's just not normal. Ah, yes, this thing, this is one of my favorite creations I think I've seen. And the person who made it, I've seen some epic things from them before, but they're not like the main guy I always play with. And then this other, like the other mechanized things I found, I don't know who, this guy just dumped like 30 different creations all at once, and they are just incredibly cool.
Oh, wait until you see this thing. This might be one of the best creations yet. Usually in my videos, I like to feature something funny right away, but today we're doing something a little different. Today's video features pretty much nothing but epic things. And today we start with this thing that looks like basically a Titan from Attack on Titan if there was a water version. It's a new leviathan that has emerged from the depths. It's called the Bone Leviathan, and it looks awesome. Let us watch as it destroys these hill giants. Now I have to imagine I was gonna say I have to imagine there's gonna be a lot of poking going on, but then for some reason I totally forgot that it has a big giant mouth that's gonna try to eat people with. I can't tell if it's got this. Is he got him in his mouth though? It's just spiked on. He's just flying away with that guy. Oh, there it goes. It's got like all of its spikes just latched onto these things. I would like to see it fly up in the air with all 3 of them attached. Come on, man, lift him up. You can do it. Get him up there. Nope. He got them all, but he didn't fly away with them. And oh, he actually had some damage taken off. Ancient hipster man, today you meet a foe the likes of which you probably have never fought. He is a legend, a fierce fighter, a bounty hunter. His name, Boba Fett. Anybody watching Boba Fett right now yearn for the Mandalorian even more? This is actually a pretty good representation of Boba Fett. Look at his backpack over here and his little thing up there. I mean, this is pretty good. I'm just now realizing I don't actually think he... Oh, never mind. He does have a gun. It just popped out of nowhere and he's flying through the air, flipping his missiles. That was way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Because at first I looked at him and I realized, oh, he doesn't have any like weapons or anything, but then I didn't see the MG that was hiding in there, and I definitely didn't expect him to do what he did. Let's watch that again, but this time we're gonna watch from afar. So he just like launches his missile. For some reason he does like a flip through the air. I don't know why, but it's so sweet. And then he just hovers around like Boba Fett do. But seriously though, is anybody watching Boba Fett just wishing that there were like 8 seasons of The Mandalorian? Let me introduce you, massive army, to a gigantic unit so large that it almost doesn't fit on the largest map there is. This thing is called Battleship Halberd. Oh my goodness. Look at this insane creation. It's got these epic massive wings. It's got epic command tower looking thing. Huge gigantic guns mounted pretty much everywhere. Whatever this thing is, look at the sheer size comparison. There's no army in the planet that can actually deal with this thing. No way. This is otherworldly epic. Wow. Look at the size of this monster. You know what this thing reminds me of? Harlock, the Arcadia. Has somebody made the Arcadia? Because if not, they need to make that thing. When I saw this next creation, I nearly lost my mind. This thing has this epic, awesome head up here. But it's not really a head. It's a stinger. Look at this insane biomechanical scorpion thing. I think it's made by the same guy who made that other biomech thing that we played with the last time. Either way, this thing is nightmarish, and there's no earthly way this thing could lose. It's kind of unfortunate though. I might need to choose some different units for it to face. Why might you ask? Do I need to do that so we can watch its tail head thing actually bite things? Will it actually attack? Or is it just like a static object? Oh no, is it static? It looks like it might be a static object. No, I don't know actually. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, no, it still spikes like the scorpion tail does, but it has a mouth associated with it. Wow, this thing is derping out like crazy.
The Brontos are pushing it off the edge. No, it's like flying through the air. It bit onto its head. It does have hover boosters, so there's not really any way for it to fly off, I guess. But and also this thing right here in the middle, that thing spins. Oh, it's got its head right in this little tail mouth thing. Oh, I think that's GG. It won. Flying scorpions. Let's pray that never happens. When I saw this next thing, I thought, man, that thing looks epic and it's gonna be huge. But then you realize that its name, Antlion, is true to its form. Even though it's tiny, it sure does look epic. It's actually like a new form of bug. It kind of looks like a face hugger. All right, Bold Billy, let's see how bold you are. I'm gonna assume that this thing's gonna win. There's lots of spikes all over it. Yep, so far so good, spiking everything. Bold Billy's trying to push it, but man, that thing's got its little spiky spikes just sunk into everything. Actually, I don't quite know how it's staying upright because at one point all of the legs were like stuck into them, and so it was somehow I don't know, levitating. Needless to say, little tiny epic bugs, actually human-sized bugs, would be terrifying and are terrifying. Here is an epic giant army of T-Rexes, Mosasaurs, and squids, because why not? They're fighting against a gigantic, massive beast named Cathadri. He is in the realm of massive kaijus, with 6 gigantic, spiky arms of doom. He is a massive, massive beast, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm glad I got there are lasers. I'm glad I got Mosasaurs just so they would fly up. Eat those things! Oh, he just lasered all of them. Oh, he's got little zappy lasers somewhere. Well, needless to say, that's about what I expected to happen, but I thought that they would at least get close to his mouth so that he could eat them. Where are those lasers? Oh, there they are. I'm gonna take those off. Now we'll see what happens. I didn't think that removing little zappy lasers would be such a difficult task, but it turns out when there's little micro movements, I'm not a surgeon, okay? I would have problems operating on people, okay? I should not be operating on anybody. That thought should never... Look at that. Goodbye, whatever you are, T-Rex, I think. Things just flying away. Let's put him against another Titan. How about Orodente? I don't know who's gonna win this battle because his face is in the ground all the time, but he's like my favorite one, so we'll see what happens. I think he might win. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He's got missiles and everything. He doesn't have the support as the other ones have. Look at the sheer size difference, though, of them. Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. Did you see the sheer size difference between Cathadri or whatever it's called and this guy? I mean, it's a massive difference. Today you witnessed probably the best epically large creation that I have seen. I think it might be the first of its kind in terms of what it is and what happened to it. This gigantic beast is called the Carrier. And you might ask, well, why is it called the Carrier? Well, you'll notice that it's made of metal. Large giant metal plates that used to be an aircraft carrier. Look at how epic this thing is. It is so creative. It's like a morph, I don't know what you, transformer-esque looking thing, but it actually has weapons and stuff still from its original aircraft carrier form. But look at the sheer size of this thing, and then I love the design of the head. It's so, like, you know, straight, and I don't know, it's just epic. And today we watch, oh, it's got lasers, oh, and it's trying to eat him. I like it, and it's got a big mouth. Isn't this thing? Isn't this an actual, like, MonsterVerse creature? The one thing that I'm really liking, people are figuring out how to make these gigantic creatures move really well with these, like, secondary arms, which I wish we could put, like, I wish they made all kinds of different versions of arms so we can have really cool stuff. But anyway, it moves really well and it looks so incredibly cool. Let's just, I think it's called the Saratoga. Let's just say that the Saratoga aircraft carrier in the MonsterVerse, King Kong and Godzilla actually transformed and morphed into this big gigantic thing. But How powerful is it, and can it withstand some of the other monsterverse giant kaiju creations? Let us first have it fight the colossal anthropod and see if it's able to defeat this thing. I hope that it does. I don't know for sure, but we'll find out. So far, the anthropod has only shot a couple laser shots at it while it's getting pelted by gigantic laser beams and MGs and all kinds of other epic things. Talk about an epic scene right here. Who's gonna win this battle? I have no idea. I don't know how this is gonna... What is happening with its head? It's like neck is looping backwards or something. Come on! Somebody win this battle already. Oh, it's starting to lag as if something's gonna happen. There it goes. Oh, the colossal anthropod goes down. Well, guys, the epic carrier. Let me know what you think of this gigantic beast. Which of the, you guys have probably seen all kinds of epic creations in my videos. Which is your favorite? Someone has created one of the most epic creations that you're ever gonna see, and it will revolutionize your idea of epicness. Someone has created an absolutely amazing creation, and if it's not the first of its kind, it's definitely probably the best version of something like this that's ever been made. But before we do that, we're about to watch some hippos get destroyed by Captain America. Dun, 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 dun. I told you, somebody made a Captain America. And then not only that, but someone made another version of this creation, well, using this character, and it is beyond, I mean, it's nightmare level. I can't even begin to describe to you how awesome. Dude, did you see that? The armor pieces on its arm got bigger. That's kind of surprising. His shield is stuck in his shoulder. Dude, the hippos are dangerous. Don't mess with the hippos. Do you see it? It got bigger. That's crazy. Now, unfortunately, we all know how this would end, but could you imagine for real watching Captain America just destroy a bunch of hippos? Now, before we get any further into today's video, these guys right here would say subscribe to the channel, because only like 12% of you guys are subscribed, and if you do, you get to watch things like this, where you're gonna get eaten by whatever this thing is. I don't know what this is or if it even moves. Look at this creation. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it doesn't move. Whoa, it doesn't move. It flings out a big, gigantic, spiked up tonsil. I mean, I don't know what you want to say. Oh, look at this. See that guy got stuck on there? Wow, this thing is a lot more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. We need to watch this again. But instead of those people, we're gonna use baby hippos. Here it comes. Oh, I missed him. There it is. Now it got somebody. Poked him in the face, but didn't reel him in, huh? Reel it in. I want to see it. Oh, there we go. I want to see it get reeled in. Oh, look at the hippo got spiked. Yeah, up in these little crazy mandible jaws of doom. Well, perhaps the other guy was better, but it still is pretty cool to watch that thing come flying out. Hey, giraffes, check this thing out. I mean, this thing's incredibly amazing looking. So I think, isn't the Void Reaver, like, the Reavers are the things from Marvel. I mean, this is like that big colossal thing, you know what I mean? It looks just like it. But isn't the Void Reaver also from like a tower defense game? Whoa, it's got a gigantic sword. Look out, giraffes. Oh, is it gonna cut up the giraffes and chop them up with that thing? Probably not. I don't know what giraffe. What? He had TNT hidden somewhere, unless the giraffes somehow grew TNT and this is a new thing. I wonder what giraffe meat tastes like. You know what this game makes me always question what different meats taste like? Makes me hungry. I'm pretty sure it would be massively illegal though to to try some giraffe. Sometimes in this game I don't even know what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying, Mr. Void Reaver? Hey, here's a creation that I've had for a while. It's Godzilla, but not just any Godzilla. It's Snakezilla. Look at this thing. I forgot I had it, but it's literally a Godzilla, but it's a snake version, and he has a snake head, and he's going to eat these guys alive. Oh, he's got a flamethrower. Actually, his neck doesn't even reach. Oh, is that tempting? Does that make you even more hungry? How do you even eat? I don't want to tease the poor thing, so we'll go ahead and give him some big old brachiosauruses to eat. Oh, he spiked it. Is he gonna eat him? He doesn't even want to open his mouth to take a bite. Oh yeah, that's right, because he swallows everything whole. He can't even eat these. They're too big for him to eat. You're not an anaconda or a boa constrictor by chance, are you? What would happen if you took Captain America, but you turned him into an absolute monster? You might first ask yourself, well, what do we make him look like? And if you can't figure it out, well, just go ahead and throw a bunch of eyeballs all over him. Look at this thing! It's Captain America, but with lots of eyes. Honestly, I didn't even know you could put eyes on like that. Oh, look at the flying eye disc of doom. And look at what we have here. Multiple people spiked on one object. That's kind of a first. Who knew that putting spikes on Captain America's shield or, you know, would be so devastating? Look at the eyeballs get bigger. Would be so devastating. We gotta watch that again. Please inflate your arm again so we can watch it in slow motion. I got it. Look at the eyeballs. Literally everything actually gets bigger, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know that that would happen. Hey, eyeball man is pretty devastating, especially with spikes on that shield. Like I said, it makes me wonder what kind of things can you make with the shield. Oh, I had a wonderful idea. What if we do this right here? What will happen? Because I have to imagine that, oh, it didn't. Oh, is it harpooning? I can't tell if it's harpooning as he's throwing it. Throw it out and then harpoon as it's going out. Oh, it's not quite working the way I thought it would. I thought maybe throw it, it would harpoon and then throw them. You know, like fling them across the map. You know what's better than a normal ordinary dragon? Oh, I don't know. Maybe something like this right here. Gigantic, epic mechanized wings. An awesome face. And he's also pretty large, but does he actually move and work like a dragon? I don't think he actually does. He's just a big, gigantic beast. What's he doing with his head? Oh, this seems pretty efficient at destroying everything around, and he's actually spiking everybody too. Oh, there goes a guy. Bye, guy. I don't know. Is it just me or is it the colors? I like the colors a lot. His head is just whipping back and forth like crazy. Speaking of gigantic kaiju dragon lookalike beasts, we got this big old thick boy. Look at this. Look at this guy's got a huge tail, some big old epic looking baby wings, little tiny hands. He doesn't need them. And this big gigantic double knife head. He's pretty awesome. Does he have lasers or anything? He's got a laser. Goodbye, Goro. Yeah, so Goros are no match for this big gigantic beast because he's just lasering the crap out of them, and he's probably gonna wind up eating some of them too. I didn't know that Goros could fly like that. I think they're all dead. Nope, there's one left. He's sitting here hiding amongst his dead brethren, thinking he's gonna blend in and it won't be seen. Sorry to tell you, he definitely saw you. Don't go towards him. They'll look around, man. Have some sense. They're dead. You're about to witness one of the most epic creations that I've ever seen in this game. Generally, when I say that, you know, like, there's a lot of epic things out there. But this thing is on a whole new level. It has one of the coolest names that I've ever heard for a creation. It's called the Colossal Tron. And look, it's a little tiny car. Isn't it wonderful? Wrong. It's not a car. It's a gigantic mechanized epic dragon snake of doom. Look at this insanity. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces to its body. And guess what? It all moves extremely well. Want to see? Watch it. Ready? It kind of goes straight at him. Here we go. And then it's got some nice little flamethrowers. Look at its body whipping back and forth in extreme epicness as it flings about, and it never actually flips over. Look at this crazy thing. There are two people who make some of the most amazing creations in this game. Unirite, which we've heard many times, and a person named Magna. Look at it curled up on itself. This creation is so awesome. Like, I'm just blown away by this thing. There's also a weaponized version, but it doesn't always work when you put it down. Sometimes it really freaks out. Oh, it's actually doing it this time. Okay, that's nice. The weaponized version has rockets and lasers and more lasers. Oh, there it goes. It's derping out on me. So we'll just use this thing and watch it again as it does its epicness. I mean, the fact that it moves the way that it does and it actually never flips over on itself is just beyond awesome. Look. It doesn't actually flip over. It just kind of keeps its head upright the whole time because of its body. You know, because of the way that the body part is, which is a car. It's all right here. Look at this thing. I love it. It is amazingly cool. What do you think of this thing? Because if you say that it's crap, I'm going to be super mad because you're wrong. Oh, look at this green ocean floor, and oh, the water. We got a whole dino army here, and as you can see, it's being led by one of the most fearsome creatures ever. Actually, they said, "You go going up there, buddy. You could You could lead the charge today. These guys aren't stupid. Something tells me that this whole herd is about to go extinct. It's got a laser in its mouth, which I guess I knew already, but here's the real question. Will this thing actually bite something for once? The dinosaurs have formed a pile of bodies and they're stacking on top of each other to get to the nice juicy underflesh side. Here's the great news though, turns out this thing can levitate, and so we've discovered a new dinosaur species. I can't tell if this is like a tactic that it's using or if it's just being pushed around, but the thing is just slowly swimming to the edge. We've seen some pretty epic dragons over the course of the videos. We've seen some epic things like this that might as well be a dragon. We've seen this epic thing, which is like one of my favorite creatures ever, and then we've seen things like this. This is the Dark Slayer, and today you find out what happens when they mutate this thing. It's like the guy said, hey, what happens if we take it and amplify it by 9,000? Well, you get something like this right here. Oh my goodness. And guess what we need to do? We're gonna need to actually dumb it down a little bit because it's too epic. First, I'll show it to you in its final form version. Get ready for absolute destruction and chaos. Oh, it's a light show. It's enough to make you need a new PC. Ooh, I can smell the smell of burnt components. Yeah, so everything's dead. Now I'll show it to you in its dumbed down form. I'm not too sure why there's dinosaur heads over here on these ends. Seriously, it's just so random. Like, why are there dinosaur heads all over the place? Alright, there we go. I think I got all the lasers that I could. Never mind. There's apparently more lasers hidden somewhere up here. I guess if he doesn't actually have any lasers like on his body anywhere and it's just on the ground, then this probably is gonna go pretty weird here in a second. Oh no, he's got him in his hands too. Okay, good. That's I was hoping he had some in his hands. And yeah, sure enough, little lasers popped out of the middle there. It's safe to say that this thing's just a little too epic for its own good. It's pretty cool though. I haven't seen anything with like a ground effect like this before, which I really like. You know what would happen if I tried to make something like this? I would lose my mind and it would come out looking something like this. Like Bobby, or this thing, which I aptly named Crumb, or Sir Baconstein over here, who's weaponized with various things protruding out of his body in different places, or Firehead, or whatever the heck this thing is, Pickle Rick over here. So yeah, that's what I make when I try to make stuff in this game, because I'd rather make things that are super funny, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on things, because when I have in the past, they've just come out looking all weird and I've lost my mind. Although I did massively edit this thing, and I did create this other arm of this dragon, and I feel pretty successful about that. Oh, and I did massively edit this mecha dragon, which just was me putting down a bunch of random robot parts though. And I think I edited this thing too, because it wasn't as cool as it is now. Is that right? Or maybe, yeah, because I found it in my player prefabs, which means I edited it. Either way, I suck at making things in this game, and I think that's pretty obvious. Let me introduce you to probably one of the most unique creatures that you're ever gonna see in this game. I'm not entirely too sure what the thing is. They say it's a dragon, but you tell me what you think this thing is. It's really weird, but yet extremely epic. Meet the Glutton Dragon. What is this insanity? Look at this creature. Apparently, does it fly? Because if this thing flies, I'm going to be shocked. But look at all this. What is all this in here? Clearly, it consumes its prey and shoots it into its I think this is supposed to be like a gigantic mouth, and it's gonna suck up all these elephants. Put them a little too far away. Oh, I get it. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but this is his mouth. These are his eyes, and that's his head way up there, and he literally has wings. He could fly, but he's clearly too fat. Thus the name Glutton Dragon. So yeah, that's him, and he's pretty freaking epic. Can it suck up these elephants though? Whoa, it totally can. Nice. I like it. Oh, there it goes, another one. Getting up in his mouth. Oh, so it just kind of rakes them into its mouth and then it yanks them up. You know, it needs, man, I gotta not ever use elephants again. They are so stupidly loud. I'm gonna remove this laser because I think the laser's ruining it for the effect. There we go. We'll use giraffes and see how it goes. Will it suck them up? Oh, it definitely does. Get those giraffes up in there. Down its gullet it goes. Oh man, this creature is awesome. What a unique creature. Look at it, it's like raking them in. Bring them in too close to its mouth so the harpoons can latch them in and then just, oh, something crazy's happening there. This is probably one of the most unique creatures I've seen. It's really cool. I like it. Let's get these guys in here. Let's see if this dragon can eat these things. Look at this size difference of this monstrosity. You know, I always like debate how am I gonna make a thumbnail, because I don't want to spoil it. You know what I like about this game? There's no end of unique creations. Everybody's always making something unique and cool, and didn't get a single one in there, I don't think. Everyone's making unique stuff, and you know, you never run out of funny things to find, and it's just super entertaining. Well guys, I'm sure that next time we'll find some more epic creatures and I'll make sure to bring them to you. There goes Barney up into his mouth. I like its little body up here. Its little body and its little head. Yeah, it's got this gigantic belly down here.
I just found one of the most unique creations that I've seen in this game. Today's video features a whole host of epic things. I have some really cool creations to show you today that I think you're gonna really like. But before we get into it, this clone here says to subscribe to the channel because only like 12% of you guys are actually subscribed, and also hit that like button. Not only did I find this epic creature that I'm gonna show you later, but I think I might have found one of the best mechanized robotic dragons I've found as well. Look at this thing. It's quite epic. I like the way it's designed, but I do have one question for you. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you like more? This new one I just found, my Mech ice dragon thing that I completely revamped from something someone else made. Look at this crazy thing. Yeah. Or this just simple kind of plated mechanized dragon that I also revamped. Now I've created a pretty massive army, one that's so large that my game is starting to lag, because I'm pretty sure that this dragon is going to quickly eliminate all of these things. Let's watch, shall we? He's got MGs. He's got missiles. He's got zappy things. He is getting attacked here. Let's see what happens. He also has rockets underneath. Oh, it is absolutely chaotic. Oh, when you can send a Bronto flying, you know that things are getting crazy. So I'm pretty sure this thing might be probably the best mech robot dragon that I've found by far. Everything's dead. When I first started finding things for today's video, I was looking at these epic kaijus that you found in like Pacific Rim and stuff. Not only did I find some things from like Pacific Rim, some epic kaiju looking things, but I also began to find all kinds of other things that I really liked, and I think this one is actually something. It's called Otachi, and as you can see, he's got himself a nice little spiky claw thing back here. He's got some spiky spikes down here, and he has this amazing mouth that I hope eats something, but let's find out. Oh yeah, he moves kind of well. Here we go. You guys are about to die. Oh, he's zapping things too. Look at that. He's got him on his claw finger thingies. Yeah, so his little front hand claw thingies are pretty deadly. And that face laser he's got going on is just wiping everything out. Face laser. I think for next Christmas, I'm gonna ask for a face laser. Now this next unit is not the main thing for today's video, but it is really epic. The cool thing about this next one is that it's not really made by somebody who I've seen before make epic things like this. Usually most of the big epic things are made by a handful of people, but this thing
is insanely cool and can fit right in with some of those epic creations. This is Titanus Tiger Shark. When I was looking for sharks for my other video from Hungry Shark World, I found this thing, and it didn't quite fit in with that, but I thought it'll fit in with this video. He has like a dog shark looking head thing over here going on. He's got big giant bladed fin things. I'm not too sure what these are. And then he's got this awesome big giant split club tail looking thing. Let's watch as he absolutely devours everything. Oh, and he's got lasers. Oh, and he's got rockets. Rockets coming out the side of his hands. Yeah, so when you get creations that are this big, you really can't like do anything against them. They just win easily. Also, I have a bunch of units that aren't even fighting. You guys, comment below. Do you agree with me? I know that this game might be coming to an end in terms of updates because there hasn't really been one for a long time, and he said that there won't be any more land ones. But do you agree with me that we need tanks and modern things? Yeah, everything's dying. It's pretty much over for all you little creatures. Now, I know we have like, you know, Sue and Commander Bo and Rocky, but can you really call, other than Commander Bo, can you really call those other ones modern units? We need like a whole army of modern things going on here. Now here's the next question I have for you. You can also comment about. I have this epic thing that someone made for me a long time ago. It's called the eNtaK Kraken. But we need to answer a question. Is this the best Kraken that looks like this? Or is it the water beast one that I found? Or is it this epic one that I showed you last time? Look at this Kraken. Which one of these is the best looking in your mind? Now clearly I'm a little biased, but I also think it is the best looking one. However, let's watch and see which one actually performs better. Well, I have let's just say that's mine, has insane lasers. The other two do not, and mine's probably gonna destroy everything all by itself. One has missiles, which is kind of weird. Why does that one have missiles? And this one just kind of has tentacles going on over here, which is also, you know, working better, I think, than mine does. Mine doesn't even really move tentacle-wise. I think, honestly, in terms of like what it actually should be doing, this thing probably works the best. And really, the water beast, he doesn't really have any spiky spike things going on. I mean, he does, but would they actually do anything? I don't know. He does have missiles though, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, neither do lasers coming out of your eyeballs over here on this one. This one, I think, is probably the most Kraken-esque. So if we were gonna go off of just what it means to be a Kraken, I'd go for this one. But clearly, for looks, I gotta go with this one. Here you go. This is probably one of the most memorable kaijus that there is, I think. Knife head. Look at that thing. It's a big, gigantic, weird nose thing. He's got lots of spiky spikes going on over here. And I'm pretty sure all these hill giants are about to die very quickly. What's all that yellow stuff on it? Is that supposed to be like seaweed or something? No, it's like coming out of this thing on his back. I have no idea. But he's got little baby hands and stuff all over the place that are also attacking. Slap them with your little baby hands. Oh, yep. They're all gone. There's the last one. Just got skewered. What do they eat? You would think that the kaijus would just eat all the people. But, I don't know. What do they feed on? Probably they just feed on radiation, don't they? I don't know. What do they feed on? Now, I'm sure you all remember Carrier, which I think is probably the most unique creature that I've seen in this game, simply because it's like an aircraft carrier, but then it also has a really epic looking head. Well, this is made by a specific individual, and he makes some of the most amazing big gigantic things that are out there. Well, he just made another epic creature that's based off of something. I don't know what it is. You can see it and you're like, wow, yeah, dude, this guy did a good job. It's called Shin Spino. Here it is. Look at this insane thing. It's so cool. The reason why I think it looks so unique is this mouth. Now, normally I like the idea of mouths opening and closing and chomping things up, but this one I think is supposed to stay permanently open to replicate what this thing is inspired off of. And once you see it happen, you'll know exactly why it looks the way it does. Let's just go ahead and throw in a whole bunch of T-Rexes, a couple Spinos, couple Allosaurus. Let's get some Carnos over here. We want to see it turn. We'll get a couple more T-Rexes to try to surround it. Things are getting a little bit of lag going on here. We just want a whole bunch of creatures so that way this thing can really shine. Alright, here we go. Let's watch it destroy everything. So its mouth does not close, but it has a big giant epic laser that absolutely destroys everything. He also has spiky hand things, so I think they're gonna work. That was the concern. That's the thing I wondered about. The laser right there, it doesn't really shoot down, but now it's just gonna kick and kind of spike everything. But I'll show you the image of this thing, and you can see why he made it this way and how it actually looks extremely in ARBS fashion, similar to what it's inspired off of. Now, while it might not be one of the greatest fighters that there is, simply because of the way it kind of works, it is definitely one of the best looking ones and unique in terms of like what it actually represents. And then also, I just have to admire the absolute artwork and dedication that this individual does to make these epic creatures. I'm just utterly blown away.